Men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. John Gray, PhD. The most frequently expressed complaint that women have about men is that they don't listen. When sharing feelings and thoughts with a man, his gut reaction might be to provide solutions. However, what she's truly after is empathy and to be heard. The most frequently expressed complaint men have about women is that they're always trying to change them. When a woman falls in love, she feels responsible for taking upon herself the care and nurture for the man. It comes from a good place. She thinks she's nurturing him, but he feels like he's being controlled. The question is, why is it this way? Men value power, efficiency, competency, and achievement. His sense of self is defined by his ability to achieve results. By understanding this about men, women can understand that even in good faith, offering unsolicited advice can come across as he doesn't know how to get it done on his own. The way things work on Mars is that when a man seeks guidance, he'll seek it through counsel through other more qualified Martians. This sort of approach is welcomed with great honor on Mars. The seeked listens, puts on his Mr. Fix-It cap, and offers great gems of advice to the seeker. Life on Venus is very lovely. Women value love, communication, beauty, and relationships. Life on Venus is greatly defined by helping, supporting, and nurturing one another. A woman's sense of self is defined by her feelings and the quality of her relationships. And on Venus, it is considered a great sign of respect to offer advice and suggestion. Let's put things into perspective with a few examples, hey? Mary comes home from an exhausting day of work. Says, there's so much to do, I don't have any time for myself. Quit that job, they work you too much and they expect you to drop things at a moment's notice. But I like my job, they just expect me to change everything. Don't listen to them, just do what you can do. I completely forgot to call my aunt who's in the hospital. Don't worry, she'll understand. Do you know what she's going through? You worry too much. This is why you're so unhappy all the time. Mary angrily says, I'm not always unhappy. Can you just listen to me? Tom says, I am listening. See, what Tom did wrong was he invalidated her feelings by providing maybe a solution when all she really wanted was to be heard. What Tom maybe could have done better, he could have said, you know what, you're going to call your aunt in the midst of such a busy day. Come here, you. You are such a good person. Let me give you a hug. A few days later, the weekend hits. Tom and Mary are on their way to a little party. After about 20 minutes and circling the same block a few times, Mary comes to the conclusion that Tom is lost. She finally suggested that he call for help. Tom became very silent. Eventually arrived to the party, but the tension was at an all-time high. She didn't understand why, though, for she was saying, I love and care about you, so I was offering for help. What he heard was, I don't trust you to get us there. You know what, maybe, Mary, I understand where you're coming from. But the next time he was lost, instead of offering for help, she restrained herself and took a nice relaxing breath and appreciated Tom's effort to get them there safe and sound. I will say you can take this story with a grain of salt because, it's situational. And if the guy's being a bozo, there's nothing wrong with his wife or girlfriend saying, baby, let me get out the ways. You missed a turn. So, it's situational. But this was the example the book gave, and I think it can give an indicator of how a man will process certain situations like that. Something to remember is that if you ever feel in a state of resistance, understand you probably made a mistake in either your timing or your approach. Here's a few examples of things that might invalidate her feelings. You shouldn't worry so much. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever. I've done that one. The net of it is these two things. Practice active listening without offering any invalidating comments or solutions. She will appreciate this more than you know. For women, understand that men want to be approached as a solution and not the problem.